Welcome everybody to this episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Spoke.
And Fluky slash Peter slash Damon Armstrong.
look.
I got a lot of names.
Either one of your names, pick one of them, man, because all of them is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right there, Damon Armstrong, one of
yes,
the
sir.
Armstrong brothers.
Yes, sir. Well, this is 12,000 episode is what it feels like because it's been so much fun. Another Friday at around 7:30 live on Facebook, on IG, and on our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast. Please go like, share, and subscribe. And also, any folks that we know, families or friends, if you have a business you want us to promote, let us know. Let us know because what we believe in, and we believe in helping. We believe in getting everybody seen that wants to be seen. This is why we invite you. Did you get him?
He's too fast for me, man. He knew my moves before I made them, man.
But if you need, just let us know because, like I said, this is what I personally believe, and I believe my brothers may echo it. If you're an up-and-coming business and just need our little bit of exposure, let us know. You know what I'm saying? If you're a big old company, we'll do the same thing, but, we just need just a smidge. Just a smidge, you know what I'm saying? Just a smidge, and we got you. We'll be professional, and we'll be forthcoming. As a matter of fact, let me do this. The T-shirt that I've have on, we had them as guests before. It's the Ofafo brand. It's quality T-shirts and hoodies and sweats and polos. Please go to Ofafo. Go to their page. They've been around since 1996. Good brothers. I've known them for years. And their brand, it is stylish and is worth really and truly messing with. So what I'm gonna do, put this on the bottom of the screen for you guys, and we'll go from there. But like I said, guys, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Give us some love. Build our situation up.
Man, I just had a thought, man. If we were put in a situation, man, that we have somebody, as far as advertisement goes, who is helping to monetize us or whatever, I wonder if they would make me stop smoking on the screen.
Well, you know what? I think that you don't really want to stop smoking because you're trying to debate and trying to figure out scenarios of stopping smoking.
No, I'm trying to plant the seed to let these people know that, hey, if y'all want to pay us money, I'll stop smoking on camera.
No doubt. You know what I always wondered, man? Just a little small thing. Why I never picked up smoking. That's strange to me, man, because mostly our whole family smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had the desire to smoke. Not because it's nasty and it's this. No, I don't know. That's weird, man. That's weird to me.
Maybe because I was the one who always blocked you and stepped in front of you when our parents said, "Go light this off the stove." All right.
Look, I'm gonna tell you that's the funny thing about it though. They had us all three of us lighting them stoves, didn't they?
Hey,
Look, you remember?
Pop told me one time. Pop told me one time. I brought him a half a cigarette, but all the way down to the butt. He said, "Don't you light me another cigarette as long as you black."
Look, I remember when he was asking Juquarry to light the cigarette. Juquarry is maybe 4, 5 years old. And I was
He
like,
wasn't that young, man.
yeah, he was.
4 or 5?
When we was in Liberty Square, how old was Juquarry?
I was
4
young.
or
Yeah, that
5.
was.
Yeah, he.
4 or 5, yeah.
However old he was, he almost burned down the goddamn house.
Look, well, you know what? I was 8 years older than you, and I almost burned down the same house. So, like, you know what, Juquarry? Don't you feel bad? But look, that particular day, he went and got it. You know, because I was in the 5th grade. I said, I called our dad John. I said, John, why you have Juquarry? I mean, yeah, why you got Juquarry smoking? Keith, he'd be all right, right? Juquarry went in the kitchen. He came out, had the cigarette, and was getting ready to hand it to him and took one more drag. He said, you know what, son? he said, you know what, son? I'm just gonna have you and Fluky do it from now on.
Yeah, because I had a habit, Jack. I've been smoking since I was a little old bitty boy, man. Shit, hey, look. I remember those little babies from Cambodia be smoking and shit, be carrying around AK-40s and 47s and shit. Yeah, I was smoking long before that.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny is here go the Juquarry and Fluky story. We sitting out front out in front of the house, and we talking, chopping it up, catching up really. And I took out my pack of cigarettes, man, and I lit me a cigarette. Supposed to just fell out laughing and shit. And I'm like, what the hell are you laughing at, man? He said, Fluke, man, your insides of your teeth touch, man, when you
Yeah. I mean, that son of a girl took a drag, Keith.
He said,
and
boy, your teeth went so far in.
And that's the look he had in his eye. That's the look he had in his eyes when he hit the drag. He like this. He was like, I got that son of a bitch. I said, yeah,
man.
If I didn't smoke, he made it look so goddamn good. I said, hey man, I got to hop on that train, boy.
Hey, he laughed at me so damn much and talked about me so bad. Every time I was around his foot, I'd do like this here.
You know the funny thing, man. You know, is because it was a period of time where I used to smoke, regular cigarettes or whatever. But I could not stand the smell of cigarette smoke, man. I couldn't stand it. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. But I had to have that little nicotine buzz.
That nicotine, man. When I found out what nicotine was too, it was just crazy, man. You know, nicotine was coming mainly from the pesticides that they were spraying on the tobacco.
Yeah.
To keep the bugs off. So they inadvertently was getting everybody hooked on nicotine, keeping the bugs away.
That man said inadvertently. They didn't give a shit, Keith. They didn't give a damn.
Is that why they were paying motherfuckers?
Yeah, man. Like shit. Hey, look. After I found out with all the bad chemicals and shit that was in smoking, man, I was addicted so bad, man. I just said, "Fuck it, man." You know, I like that shit. Like liquor. I like the taste of liquor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's certain shit I like. I like the smell of gas. All that shit.
Listen.
I'm an American, goddammit.
You know what? Look, you know what somebody told me the smell of gas is, bro?
What's that?
The fumes killing you. That's what you like.
So may it be. God damn it! I mean, you know,
Yeah.
how I'm gonna get away from it? Do you realize that each and every human being on the face of the earth has the minutest like traces of plastic in our bodies, and the shit is only growing. We've got. I mean, we're breathing in, plastic particles through the debris and freaking. You know, when you burn plastic and you smell that plastic burn, that's going in your lungs, man, and it's becoming a part of your system. We all have it in our system, man. You know, so
I'm, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Something my dad told me one time. He said, "Hey man," he said, "when you first started smoking, son." So I'm giving him the history. I said, "I'm telling him when, and where." Right? He was like, "I ain't." He said, "When you first started smoking, son, how long did it take you to get used to it, man?" I said, "About 3 weeks." He said, "3 weeks and a lifetime of
in a
smoking gas
lifetime,
cigarettes, man."
yeah, yeah.
He said, man, nobody smokes a cigarette, man, straight up first time and be like, oh, this is cool, and and smoking it right. He said, with everybody, it takes time to get used to it.
Yeah, as bad as
You
it
know?
is, as bad as it is. Yeah.
And I thought about it. I said, it did take me about 3 weeks.
Hmm. But I mean, that's
You muted, bro. Keith, you muted, man.
I think he might be on the phone.
My fault. My fault. Cigar smokers. You realize with cigar smokers, man, it's smoke going into your lungs. See, the cigarettes is so small that it cools off as it goes into your lungs, right? But that big wrap tobacco leaf, that's superheated stuff going into your lung. So a lot of cigar smokers only bring it into their mouth. They don't inhale it into their lungs.
Distinctive tobacco has um, those it's supposed to have a distinctive flavor that you let roll across your palate
Yeah,
and then expel.
yeah, because you see in the movies when they hit the cigar and they sit there and then the long plume of smoke, they blow that long plume of smoke is in the jaws. That's where it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because bringing it into your lungs like cigarettes, now, you're not supposed to do it with cigarettes, right? But that, because you remember John did this to us. Our dad did this shit to us. You know, somebody, one of either me, one of the three of us expressed our curiosity about cigars.
Mm.
And Prop said he did it to me and Fluke. You was a witness to it. He said, son, this is his mate teaching us a lesson. Son, what I want you to do is bring it to your mouth, and I want you to,
Suck it into your love.
yeah, suck it into your lungs. It ain't gonna hurt you. I looked at him. I said, "Motherfucker, yeah, it is." No, son, trust me. No, Then I did it. I said, let me do this and play this shit off. Right. Then Fluke did the same thing. And then he's sitting there with his gap teeth.
No, this is what he did to me. He said, "Son, do it just like this here." And he drawed it into the tip was red and glowing, right? And then he said, "Do it just like that, son." And I did that. And I was laying on the porch for about 2 hours, man.
High and sick and shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I said, man, why he do me like that, man? That
I'm
wasn't
gonna
necessary.
tell you those old school tests when it came to cigarettes and cigars and it came to alcohol. You remember the old school test he did with us, man? We sitting there, he done got off work, he buzzing. You know what? I love our dad to death, but he had his asshole moments, man. Let me be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But us being Armstrongs, we have a high tolerance for alcohol, even when we was little babies. You know what I'm saying? But he's sitting there drinking gin. I remember this shit. I started drinking gin as an adult because of this. Me and Damon, we sitting there, and again, one of us said, "Well, how that taste?" Right? And he's sitting there buzzing. He said, "You really want to know how it tastes, son?" Yeah. Right? Go grab 2 glasses and you and Keith come here. I was like, okay, fuck it. Right?
Oh, you talking about when he put us through the calisthenics and shit? Go ahead, finish the story.
When he had us drinking that gin.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, me and Fluke spoke. You was there, but I don't know if you remember this shit.
I don't remember none of that shit, man.
Me and Fluke was when we were living on Buffalo. When we moved back. Me and Fluke was holding up because he was pouring double shots of gin. And we was soldiering that shit up, man. Like drinking and excited, like it's nasty, but it ain't doing shit. Right? So we on the 3rd glass, he's starting to worry. Because he had a sip. We on the 3rd glass, he thinking we go
drink up all my shit.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what he realized. And then, just like you said, Fluke, he had us doing calisthenics. Dickhead move. I'm like, yo, you making us drink alcohol, first of all, right? Yeah. But you don't want us to drink all your shit up, so you gonna speed the process. and then I think we both got a little, because we had them young, livers. So, did I hear that? That.
What did it sound like?
Like a lot of interference in the back. It's gone now.
That static in the line, yeah.
Yeah, but we had those young livers though. You know what I'm saying?
It's fun as that shit may have been at the time, man. And as irresponsible as it was, man. You know, as a mandated reporter, man, I had to call the police on you.
You got to call them folks. Yep.
I would have to call the police on him. Like, like, what the fuck is you thinking about, bro?
Funny game. Hey, look, and I want you guys, the guys who's going to be looking at this and all this. That's that old school shit. See, our dad later on explained to me he was trying to discourage us. And I looked at him like, hey, man, you know what alcohol poisoning is, right? Like, what the fuck is, you know what I mean? And he said, yeah, son. Yeah, I was young. I was on some dumb shit. Yeah.
Hey, he had us standing up with one on one leg.
All of that.
You know them old school Tex Avery cartoons and TV shows and shit, man. When they caught a young boy smoking, what they make him do? They make him smoke a whole goddamn pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's that old school shit, man.
It's the old school, yeah. So I mean,
it don't make it right, but
but
But I'm gonna tell you,
this
is the crazy thing. They always discourage us from drinking, though. You know what I'm saying? And when it carried over to my boys, I used to tell them, you are not allowed, my oldest son, Keith, not allowed to drink with me until you turn 21. I'm not your buddy. You know what I'm saying? And understand that me drinking, that's for grown people. You know what I'm saying? Because we what I'm saying is this, which is the crazy thing about it. I think that hey Fluke, I think that's you, bro. You got anything in the background?
What do you mean? Here,
Yeah, right.
let me put my earplugs in, man.
So you going against protocol, man?
The last 3 times I done went against, I've been doing it like
God,
this.
come on, man. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
man. My damn these joints be having my ears sore, man.
Oh my God, not that old man shit.
Is it
Yeah,
gone?
it's gone. Hey, it's gone. Hey, Flo, you didn't just hit us with the old man thing. I don't like the way it feels on my lobe, man. My earlobe is sore.
Hey man, you ain't gonna make me feel bad. These
But
joints hurt.
yeah, look, let me just say this, man. Now that we talking about our dad and all this, right? The one thing I got from him and our mother that I carry on to, and I want to get your opinion about that I carry on to life, is they always showed us examples of being socially conscious. You know what I'm saying? Where you would think, like John would. Matter of fact, he told me a story. One of our classmates, right, went to Michigan State. I think his name was Keith, also, right? Remember Keith used to stutter? Remember, he about 2 years. No, you're probably in the same, little younger than you, Fluke. Keith that stayed on Hamilton. He used to stutter, and he went to Michigan State. One day he was walking. John was walking through the path, right? He used to stay over there by the path. I think his name is Keith. And he told me this. He said, I noticed that it was some kids taking the tire off of a car. He said, I knew your buddy used to live there. He said that he went over there, he confronted him, pulled out his knife and everything, right? Y'all don't know these people. What y'all doing? Right? And he went and knocked on the door, right? And he said, do you know these motherfuckers? Are they trying to steal your tires? He said, Keith came out. Oh, yeah, that's my ex-roommate. Oh, those my buddy. He said, and they was white kids. Sir, we were just playing a prank. We were playing a prank on them. I said, he said, this the wrong neighborhood to be playing them damn pranks, man. Take your asses in the house. He said he folded up his knife and went home. You know. But my thing is, the question is this. Do you think you have a duty to be socially conscious? Why or why not? Y'all understand the question?
In regard, I mean, explain social consciousness. I mean, to what
I'm
degree?
hearing something, man.
I am too.
Hold on.
You muted, bro.
You muted, Juquarry.
I said, hold on for a second.
Uh,
Yo, it's coming from your end, Fluke. Are you upstairs?
no, I got my plugs in. No, I'm in the basement.
Or yo, them some powerful plugs right
I
there.
don't hear it now. I don't hear it now.
Is it a TV on in the background?
No, it's just me down here.
I don't know what that must be a ghost.
Yeah, somebody. I mean, it's a TV. Something. I'm sitting in the living room. There's nothing on in the living room.
There ain't nothing on in here too. So, all right, but okay. So, what was your question, Juquarry?
I don't remember, man. My
You
wife
said explain.
washing dishes. So, yeah.
That's what it is.
Right now, she want to start washing goddamn dishes.
Mm.
Don't make me come
Hey,
on.
hey.
Don't
First of
call
all,
my brother the N word.
and tell her, man, that we can hear her, please.
Love you, sis. Um,
They spoke. So you want the you want the kitchen clean now, huh?
You tell her work from home. Uh, and goddamn, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And I do this every Friday at the same time. But all of a sudden, you trying to keep a clean house.
man, y'all silly, man.
Ah, shit.
Hey, on you said, do we feel socially responsible?
Like, say, I'll give you a couple examples. As far as if you see somebody, you roll up on a situation, the police is harassing somebody that you know, right? And and you feel it's just harassment. You don't know the full story, but it's just harassment. Are you going to stop and make sure that that person is cool, whether they're going to arrest them or whatever? Are you going to stop and you're going to make sure the police know that you're there?
I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna do that without hesitation.
And that's good. So why? Why would you do it?
I would do it. The reason why I feel compelled to do it, man, is because those type of situations can go from 0 to 100, man. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's life can get lost, or they can get roughed up or whatever in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In a matter of seconds. And if I want to be a witness to make sure, if a brother is wilding out or if a sister is wilding out, I'm going to say, hey, if I know him, hey, calm down, man.
Yeah.
Keep yourself safe. Yourself safe. You know what I'm saying? You can fight the ticket, or you can fight whatever's happening to you right now. You can fight that, man, but don't, because police officers, they gonna do whatever they got to do to stay safe too. So if that means putting their hands on them, that's what will happen. So I want to be able to make sure that I'm there and say, man, it's not that serious. Calm down.
Got you.
You feel what I'm saying? And then everybody can, live to see the next day. So yeah, I mean, I feel compelled to do that, man.
Got you. Jaquari.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree to a certain extent, but me being who I am and thinking how I think, man, I'm like, there's some reason for contact here. I'm not saying that it's justified, you know what I mean, but as a public servant, anybody in public service, I think at any point in time, man, you should be prepared to be under scrutiny if you are a public servant. So whatever degree of air quotes interference, the police got to deal with. That's what they signed up for. It's a social contract here. Your job is to protect and serve, and to a certain degree, me being a part of the citizenry, you know, you work for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my job in particular, man, shit, I wouldn't. I mean, you can if it was permissible, you can spend a day in the life with me. I don't care how you see if you see how I operate or whatever. But there is that scenario where this person really did do something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I have to consider that. You know, I mean, it's a fine line, man. I mean, you know, what other can you think of any other section of society
Yep.
where the men have to coach their sons on interactions with the police?
No.
I mean, I'm quite sure. I mean, I'm quite sure that you know, in individual households, that conversation is had. But for us, it's a national thing. It's a national thing. I've seen people who gave seminars,
Yeah.
black men who gave seminars on how to conduct yourself when you stop by the police. Does anybody else have to live through that phenomenon? And you know what I mean?
I
It's not.
think I think that it is to a certain degree. And what I mean by that is that for us, it might be a life or death situation, but for other people, it's okay, just take the ticket and go home. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, whatever infraction they're being stopped for, and it's as simple as that. But it was whereas in terms of us, you know what I'm saying, we got it. Our movements can be detrimental. You know what I'm saying? Our movements can be detrimental. Us talking back, can be you know, it can turn into something, not good. Whereas in other households, it's just, just follow the law and this and that. And if you were speeding, take your ticket. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't, then fight it in court and keep it moving because that's all it's gonna, is gonna amount up to. You know, how often are guns drawn in other households? You know what I'm saying? Once that happens, man, that's a whole different situation right there.
Well, I can speak from this point of view. Um, I've had a couple over my career. I had a couple thousand traffic stops. Right. I've not I've not ever had to draw my gun, and I can say there's been a equal amount of white and black or other minority who complained about being stopped. Now, me personally, I can say that when it comes to our community, it seems that it gets a little more hectic when we're stopped because I've seen white officers, who handle the most belligerent people very well. You know, they could, they get to the point where they're getting cursed out by white and black people for you pulling them over, but they write the ticket and it's go. It depends on your temperament, on how it goes. If you go on a fishing expedition, right, and then that person has something, white or black, has something in that car that they don't want you to see, right? That happens one in every maybe 1 to 200 times, depending on the density of the population.
Hmm.
And what you have to do is, as an officer, determine exactly, because you got to be careful, first and foremost. But you cannot take what happened at the house onto the job, because that's going to be dangerous for you and be dangerous for anybody else. Period. Period. You know what I mean? Because we have no control over what happens. But what you do is to give yourself time and give that person time. Because there's a reason why we get your license and your registration and you go back to the car. There's a reason why we wait a minute and we make sure we call it in before we come to the car. There's reasons behind it all, right? When you're in a hurry or this person fears motivated or you might be hiding something or you just don't feel like being fucked with, plays into what happens. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. If I had a bad day and a big ass chip on my shoulder and shit, and I don't want to be, like you said, fuck with, and then I see you get out the damn car.
Look, and it helped.
I see you get out the car, I'll be like, okay.
It helped.
Maybe I need to gather my senses.
I mean, because that's the thing about it is the majority of the time, unless it was a high speed area, if you get pulled, this is my experience, just talking to other officers here where I worked. You get pulled, you probably the majority of the time you're gonna get a warning, unless your L's are out of pocket. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna get a warning, or if you really go over the speed limit. You know what I mean? Because that's insulting. And honestly, and I'm not talking about in the traditional self is insulting. The fact that you're weaving in and out of traffic and you're in a hurry and you try to get somewhere and it's not an emergency.
Endangering people.
Yeah, and then you're angry because this officer pulled you over. Like, bro, what? You didn't think you was attracting, and I'm not trying to justify none of it. I'm just talking about just the moving violation. Like, come on, man, that don't make sense. It don't make sense. Pull your behind over and hope for the best. You know what I mean? So you don't have to get an attitude. He saw my black face. No, I saw your black face going 15 miles over the speed limit.
Rolling up a blunt.
Well, you
Yeah.
said, hey, spoke, Key, when you saw his black face doing like this.
and I'm joking about it, but my point is this, man. This is my point. Yes, some police officers are empowered by the badge and the uniform. So if they felt small their whole life, and this is a small percentage, but they're out there. They felt small their whole lives, right? And they feel empowered when they pull somebody over, telling them what to do and all these different things. Oh yeah, there's policemen out there like that. Then there's other policemen who want to be anal. You 3 miles over the speed limit. I'm gonna pull you over. I'm gonna chastise you, or I'm gonna write you a ticket. You feel what I'm saying? There's people out there like that. Then you got people who grew up wanting to be that. Seeing police officers and firemen and nurses and all of that as heroes. And they want to feel that hero energy. You know what I mean? Basically, what I'm telling you is most people don't see it. And like I said, I'm not trying to justify the dickheads that do dickhead shit. I'm not justifying them. But people don't realize just how hard it is to be in law enforcement. And what I mean by how hard it is they want you to be understanding, being a counselor when you go to these houses. They want you to protect them, but they don't want. But the folks don't want you in their business. This is black and white across the board. They don't want you in your business. They want you to be favorable in what they calling you for. And in the majority of the time, they don't want you to be fair. They want you to be on their side.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Now, what human being is able to do that? No human being is able to do that. But human beings are the ones who get into, you know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, no excuses given, none of that. Because like I said, I was in law enforcement for 30 years, and I ran into some major assholes. And they knew I didn't like them. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, what made me, I saw this and I realized you can't escape it. You can't escape the human condition. We talked about a doctor a couple weeks ago. This the medical field, right? How many times have you guys went to the doctor and the doctor is so proud, man or woman, is so fucking proud of themselves, right? That I'm a doctor. And their personality sucks. They giving you bad news and their personality sucks. And all they had to do, you don't got to tell me that you care so much about me, right? But don't treat me like I'm a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk down to me because you feeling superior because you helped to save lives. You know what I mean?
I've had that experience with a dentist, man. You know, and I left her, man. You know, during like the preliminary exam, you know how they got the hook thing and they're pressing this spot and they're pressing that spot and they're pressing this spot. And at the time, you know, it was before COVID, so my mouth was right. It ain't right no more. But
Got you.
I didn't have any cavity. I know I didn't have no cavities or whatever because I was just, you know, with the lady at what a couple of months earlier or whatever, and everything was cool. But she's pressing here, pressing there. Is that tender? Is that tender? Is that tender? And I'm like, well, no. And then she presses the same spot, and like she like bared down on it. And I was like, oh my god, well, yeah, that hurt because you made it hurt.
I got
And
you.
no, there's something there. There's something. No, it's not. You just stabbed me in the mouth, man. And this woman said, I'm the dentist here.
See?
I'm the dentist here, Mr. Armstrong. And I know how much it could take. I'm like, man, okay, well, lady, I will never see you again. I will never see you again. You stab you. I mean, it's assault. You stabbed me in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
She
Hey,
drew blood.
did you say, listen, man, you trying to hurt me?
Yeah, you tried to hurt me, motherfucker. Yes, you did.
You
Yes, you did.
if I wasn't numb, I'd probably be trying to
Yeah.
choke your ass.
You
Damn.
did that on purpose.
Yeah. But you know, I think a lot of things, man, and yeah, give your opinion on this, man. Because look, this is a random day, you know. We just chopping it up a little bit. Being an asshole, does that come into play in everything we do in life? Like the people that we meet, that asshole meter, does it matter to you? It matters to me.
Does it?
Yes. I'm talking about when somebody's trying to sell me something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not when it comes to like personal feelings. Man, you know why? Because I know I can say, fuck you, kiss my ass, right? But when you trying to get a service done, you feel me? You're trying to do something. So I give you a perfect quick example. And just to put it in a nutshell, 3 summers ago, we came back from out of town from Philadelphia. Me and my youngest son. No, both my sons actually. and it's a furnace. It's in the middle of the summer. It's a furnace in here, right? And I'm like, damn, and the air is blowing hot air. So it's 90 outside, so it's like 110 in here, right? And I'm like, what is going on, right? So what ended up happening was the coils in our central air unit, they froze. And I'm gonna tell you guys, just for a little piece of, change your filters, ladies and gentlemen, because what ended up happening was my filters weren't changed, switched over from the summer. So all the dust and debris in those filters, it covered it up, and it backed up into the central air and it froze. Now that's what we found out later. At the time, they said, "Oh man, it's a leaking." You know how they troubleshoot, right? And we had a repairman come out, good dude, my brother, as a matter of fact, good dude. He said, "Man, I'm gonna try to fix this for you guys. I'm looking." He went under the house. It's hot as balls. Y'all hear me? He going under the house. He trying to do. He looking at everything, right? And he looked at the coil and said, "Hey, man, these coils are frozen." So usually it means one or two things. Your air filters are clogged, or there's a leak in the coil. So he thinks the worst. So he said, "Man, I can't look at this until it thaws out." Right? So we wasn't sure what was going on. And you know how you got the homeowner insurance and all that with the appliances. We thought we were gonna have to do a new unit, but this unit is young. It's a young unit. So like, damn, what's going on? So we had to wait for it to melt. So what ended up happening was the home insurance people sent somebody out again. It was a brother. He comes in and he's going up to upstairs. He's checking everything. He's being thorough. Subcontractor, as a matter of fact. They use that sometimes. So he's checking everything, and he goes out and checks the coils. Now, by that time, everything is melted, right? But his attitude, because it was hot again, his attitude sucked, right? He's short with me. And I'm looking at him, and you got to me, and y'all know me, when somebody irritates me, I do this. Tilt my head, like, I know this motherfucker ain't just snap at me, right? So he snapped again about some miscellaneous shit. I said, "Hey, my man, you having a good day today?" He said, "Well, yeah, I am." I said, "Okay, I can't tell because you done snapped at me twice."
Yeah.
Right? And it was non-threatening. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, "Yo, you snapped at me twice." I didn't see how I'm interfering with anything than what you doing. So he goes in and turns on the air. He said, "Listen, let's turn on the air," because he straightened this shit out after that. I shouldn't have had to say nothing to him. Right? So he turns on the air and now it's blowing cool air. It's blowing cool air now. And he said, "Well, look, let me just wait a minute to make sure." Now his demeanor's changing and all this. And he said, "Let me make sure there's no leaks." So he went out there, checked, there's no leaks. He said, most likely what happened was the coils froze. You know what I'm saying? And that's why everything was blocked up. But that long story was to say that someone's attitude, give y'all an example of somebody's attitude will intensify an already tense situation.
I had a similar experience, man. The last time I went out looking for a truck. Me and my wife, we go out, and it's we go to the same dealership that I bought my current vehicle from. went back there looking around or whatever, and we out the parking lot, so we get approached by this gentleman, and tell him the situation and everything. So he's showing us a couple of vehicles or whatever, and he's talking to my wife. And early on in the conversation, when I noticed this, I said, "Well, this is my truck, brother. So yeah, you need to be trying to sell it to me because I'm gonna be the one driving." Needless to say, he acknowledged or whatever, but he kept on doing what he was doing. So at that point, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So she wants to hear what he got to say. So we go back to his desk or whatever. We sit down at his desk, and he's shucking and jiving or whatever. Didn't show me what I wanted. Trying to put me in some $80,000 brand. I can't. What the fuck? That's not what I asked you for. First of all, and he's still talking to my wife. So I said, "All right, but all right, buddy. We about to get on up out of here. Get out. Get on out your hair." And he handed me a card. I looked at it, put it on the desk, and he's still talking, right? So I stood up and started rolling out. And my wife, she said, "Well, you forgot the card." I said, "No, I didn't. I didn't forget the card.
Yeah.
Let's go." He's not trying to sell me a truck. And after I said something to him a couple of times, I thought I would have opened his eyes. He didn't acknowledge it. So he don't want my business. I mean, if he want to sell you a vehicle, all right. We can discuss that too. But when you addressing a married couple,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's a protocol to that, brother.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. When I see a man and woman walking in my direction, I speak to the brother first. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Yeah.
I speak to the brother first. Hey, how you doing, brother? You all right? Cool. How you doing, man? You guys have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? That's just proper etiquette, man.
It is.
You know.
Respect.
It definitely is. I mean,
It's what it is, man.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of times that I make sure. Well, what about you, Damon? Let's move to you. If you
My
have any,
thing is, man. My thing is, if I'm getting bad service, I say it. I say, man, I don't like the way I'm being treated right now, so I'm going to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You have a good day. I'm not going to have no conversation with you. None of that. None of that. Because I came in here to purchase something and you make me feel, you make me feel, a certain way, man, because of, I don't know if you're having a bad day. I don't know if you have an ego or arrogance. I don't care what it is. You're not doing your job. Don't be in the service industry, man, if you can't be that.
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
and at the same time, I'm that same cat, man. So if I go out to eat or whatever, me and the family, whatever, we go out to eat, I'm giving up that tip if I get good service, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving that good tip out there, And that's because I worked in the service industry, man, back in college and all that. And I'm like, I served the table, man, had 20 people. You know how much money they left me? 57 cents, bro. 57 cents. And in that experience, I said, man, I know I was giving good service because I'm sweating. I'm sweating and working, and then I'm saying yes, sir, no, sir. Do anybody else? I'm, giving people. I'm looking to see who need the drinks refreshed and all that, and they left me 57 cents, and that stuck with me, man, my whole life. That stuck with me my whole life. And I'm like, I am never going to treat. I mean, and it wasn't even about me because I'm in college, man, playing ball and shit. You feel me? This was over the summer months. What is that? No, I'm good, man. I wasn't drinking. I know. I understand. I thought about it when you left. Sorry about that, fella. it wasn't about me because it was just a summer job for me, man.
Gotcha.
You know, it was just a summer job for me. But I was thinking, I said, man, how the hell do you not appreciate the service that you're getting, man? You know what I'm saying? How can you be so callous, man, to the point where you know you got a big party and you see the service people humping and you acknowledge that by leaving change on the damn table?
Was it
You know,
was it church folk?
Funny.
I almost said something. You know what I'm saying?
But
Talking
hey,
about church folk, I was finna get indignant, man, but I'm not gonna do that.
Look,
I'm just saying, man. Uh, Appreciating a person, man. If they serving you, appreciating a person, man.
oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
hey, yo, I thought you was gonna tell us about the time you was at the hospital, man, and treated you bad, and then when they was done, they just like pushed you through the door and shit,
Oh my God,
and
man.
you were still talking to the nurse, but
I'm
you
still, I'm still. Hey, Spo. I still have trauma echoes, bro.
he pushed you through the door and shit and left, and you just rolling and shit and complaining. Like,
Man,
God damn it,
dude.
it turned around and he gone like a motherfucker.
Hey, listen, man. Here's the thing. Is crazy. Here's the thing. Is crazy. When I went there, you know, I'm that person who wait to the last minute, man. So when I got there, man, I needed to be there. And my man was like, at first, and this is what's crazy, man. At first, he was real attentive and he was all these different things, man. The only thing he did at that point when I said I had to use the bathroom, he brought me a urinal and said, "Here, have at it." I said, "Man, where's the bathroom at, dude?" But
Yeah, that a bitch.
we was being cordial and we was talking and I looked down and I saw he had some Yeezys on, man. I said, "Man, I like them Adidas, man. Them nice, man." He said, "These ain't no Adidas. These are Yeezys." I said, "Oh, all right, my bad." That's when the service got bad, man. My man stopped talking to me or whatever. He was like dismissive. He was that and this. And then when I got discharged, Mr. Armstrong, you want to get in the do you need a wheelchair? I said, "Yeah, man. You saw I came in." He ain't helped me get in a wheelchair, none of that. I climbed in that joint. I was like, damn, okay. Wheel me out and wheel me out into the lobby, man, of the hospital. And I turned around, he was gone, man. He was gone. And the guy who was working the door, he's like, "Man, I got you, man." I was like, "Man, I deserve better than this."
Yeah.
I deserve better than this. So I don't know what his problem was, man. I mean, because I missed. I mean, I didn't recognize the shoes. You know, is that what it was?
It's
No.
it's so easy to offend young people nowadays, man. Sometimes when I'm talking to young people, I feel like a white man. Because I mean, you got to say shit a certain way, man. You got to, I'm like,
And
man, like, you know,
look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be
it's
honest with you. I try to be, you know me, you guys know me. I try to be cordial. But when you are leaning toward to give me your ass to kiss, I beat you to the punch.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about being confrontational and all that. Dude, you ain't got to listen to a word I'm saying. Matter of fact, you ain't got to hear what I'm saying right now. But get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I think why I take it so personally, man, honestly, because it's easy to be a jerk, man. But I put up a conscious effort not to be. You know why? Because I love peace. That's one thing about me, man. I love peace. I don't, if it's turmoil, I deal with it. I'm equipped to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And I do well with it. But if you give me a choice and all I got to do is stand up and walk away, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you on some bully shit, oh, we gonna have a we having a conversation and we gonna have an interaction. You feel what I'm saying? I hate bullies, man. I hate bullies.
Oh,
Always have.
you got that from your mama. Strong.
Hate them, man. Hate them. Hate them. Because I'm talking about the kind of bullies where they're unnecessary and they find somebody to fuck with.
A part of their normal functions,
To
man.
make them feel better about who they are.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah,
fuck your small ass off, man.
yeah, yeah. You know, and that's
Man,
always been my thing.
Mama was so against bullies, man. One time she came to one of my games, man, at Siena. I had like 4 dunks. And I had my chest all poked out and shit and whatever. She was like, did you have to dunk everything? Y'all was already beating them by 20 points. You was just showing out. I said, Ma, are you serious? You didn't have to act like that, Fluke. Y'all was already blowing them out. I don't even know why
Uh,
you was still in the game. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was in the game because the coach told me to get in the game. Shit, I mean,
I'm following orders.
She made
yeah,
me feel bad, man. And
it's it,
I said, and every time I dunked, I did like this here. I pointed at 2 people, my woman and my mother.
mhm. Very deep
That's what
understanding.
pissed her out.
Yeah,
That's what pissed her off, man. Because I was
very
parent.
deep, very deep understanding of the game, man.
Yeah.
But things like
Oh
that,
man, mine knew the game in and out, man.
yeah, things like that, like things that might be the reason why a young man would get into the goddamn game in the first place.
Yeah,
She did not cotton.
I know.
My mother, man, she used to keep all the stats, man. Rebounds, free throws, all that. And people at the table would come over and say, hey, you got you got the stats, you know? And I used to, my ass back then. I was like, hey, mom, give me an extra 2 3 points.
Mhm.
No, you should have got them 3 points when you missed them free throws.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all know we used to be on the radio, right?
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
They used to put our games on the radio, man. I forget the
Yeah.
station or whatever, man. But
yeah.
sometimes I would it was I forget I forget what it was, but I used to listen to this. I listened to a couple of playbacks, man.
Okay.
And
Mm.
it was nostalgic, man. It brought back a whole bunch of when I'm gonna get in the game, god damn it, and all that kind of shit. Because I wasn't, my prowess was not on the basketball court, ladies and gentlemen. I was there, but I was not a central figure.
Hey, look. Um, I think you know. You said something last week, Carson. Damn, Juquarry, where I was looking at the replay when I wasn't there, and you said you talked to some coworkers or a friend of your wife, and she said she described us as a conversation amongst each other,
Hmm.
right? And it's funny how I always say we promote conversation. Since we started this thing, we promoted conversation. And when I saw it, the question I wanted to ask you guys, you, Jaquari, and then you, Damon, what was your reaction to it when they told you that?
When my wife told me that, I said, I had a feeling of like, that's what it is. I mean, we're because I mean we don't. There's no sensationalism here, man. There's no gossip. There's no finger pointing. There's very little arguing or whatever. It's a conversation that we as three brothers are inviting the world to. Everybody's welcome. You know, I mean, it's a platform where we can just come and talk it and kick it. Everybody enjoys conversation, so we don't need a lot of bells and whistles. So when she told me, when she gave me the description, I said, yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's how I always figured it. So
Okay, Damon, what you think when he told you that?
I think, man, that it makes sense, man, because I can't speak for nobody else, but when you raising a family, man, with people that you're close to, then you have conversations like that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's something that just comes natural to us. We speak on the things that's interesting, that interests us or whatever. We do that, and I think that's a niche, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that is a good thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and plus we know each other. You know what I'm saying we know each other, and when we speak to that, Keith know what irritates the hell out of me, man. Corey know what irritates the hell out of me and shit. And sometimes we preempt our conversations geared towards knowing each other.
yeah,
You know, and that's something to be cherished. You understand? Everybody should be that way.
of course. I when I saw it on the replay, that's the first thing that popped in my mind. I said, "Yo, that's our goal. Of course, we want to speak on current events and what's going on in this world, right? But the conversation is geared toward what each individual thinks from their bird's eye view of it. And I think that's important because what we do now these days is and we used to do it with newspapers and the evening news, right?
My bad. My bad.
That's okay.
No, it ain't okay.
But
But Jacory said to me last time, number one, you
quit
need to put
quit
some
moving
pads
that
on there or something. Number two, how many times we got to explain this to you, man?
every 10 minutes, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
dragging something across the goddamn floor. Where
Well,
is
I'm
you?
conscious of it now. And that's why I
but
offered an apology, bro.
but what I was saying was we used the evening news when we was youngin, the evening news and newspapers for us to grab onto an opinion to have instead of having our own opinion. But we're in this age now where we can is we can get the same kind of news in real time and form our own opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? But I think, in my opinion, we're all still stuck in what the Joneses think. You know what I'm saying? What our favorite news anchor thinks, CNN, Fox, you know what I mean, uh, MSNBC, that favorite our favorite dude think, or our favorite podcaster, who just a human being. Okay, you might be a little learning, and you probably read some books about what you're speaking on, but you could be relaying information to me, but it's still up to me to also go and research that information. You know what I mean? So through conversation is what I'm relating it to through conversation. We sit there and we talk about it.
I've had conversations with people at work about the podcast, and the fact that I don't watch the news and I'm not really up on current events. It baffles them as to what I bring to the table.
Mm.
And like I'm like, it's a conversation between brothers, man. If you check it out, if you watched it, and instead of lying to me, telling me that you did, you know that. I mean, I don't talk about current affairs at work.
I think it's easy to the way you talk about current affairs is getting to the subject, not how it's been told to you, right? But the subject of it. What is the meat of it? Because that's what we really should be focusing on. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want to talk about this shit, right? But I got to give you guys an example of what I mean. Like Trump being found guilty on all those accounts and a felon, but still planning on running for president of the United States.
Has not missed a step.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of conversations you should have. Not people fall on the side of Trump or he's a real American hero. Oh, it's a witch hunt. Yeah, but guess what? On the other side is Trump has always used his voice to be a witch hunter. You know what I'm saying? So when the roles are reversed on him, now all of a sudden he's crying victim. Just my observation. Now you can, if you try hard enough, you can poke holes into what I'm saying, and have at it. But my point is, it's two sides to it, bro. You know what I mean? It's two sides to it. And you got to talk to President Biden before sundown, or you in trouble.
Oh man, it is crazy, bro.
All jokes, man.
Crazy.
All jokes.
I think for me, man, you see, I'm one of those cats, man, who once I got a 4 years of Trump presidency, man, when I hear this guy talk, you know what I'm saying? I put it in this regard, man. If I got a cat, man, that I know how he is, and that he comes to me and he always talking that bullshit, right? I automatically say, here he go with this shit. Damn. Man, do he realize how he making himself look? That's my attitude. That is my attitude when I see Trump. But that might be to a detriment because this guy, he might possibly become the next president. But for me personally, if I'm allowed to be honest, I don't see why the hell this dude is even considered to be being put back in one of the most prestigious jobs in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? To be a leader of the world, so-called leader of the world, or whatever. When this dude look in the camera, that they'll show a clip of him saying one thing, and then he will respond by saying, "I didn't say that." You know what I'm saying? And as me looking at that situation, I say, man, damn, dude, I cannot allow whoever backing this dude or himself to make me look that stupid or feel that I'm not that dumb, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying? I should take him serious, but I can't take him serious, man. And the last point, I was watching him and Don King. Don King was introducing him, man. And he was using the N-word this and the N-word that, and he back in the ground, and Trump sitting on the side just falling out laughing. Then that N-word this, and that N-word that, and so on and so forth. And he just laughing. And I'm like, that speaks volumes. That tell you how he think about you as a black man and a black woman. You know what I'm saying? A joke. You know what I'm saying? A joke or whatever. And it's like, how the hell can I believe this and he support that, so why is any black person supporting this guy?
See, I honestly, they can support who the fuck they want to support, man. As long as you feel the way you feel, and you have an honest opinion about it, then you're right. Fuck that. Don't fuck with it. You know what I mean? But me personally, I don't give a shit that a black man supports Trump. Because if I ask him, This is why I don't give a shit. If I ask him why, he will say stupid shit. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Instead of this coming out and telling the truth, I watched this reality TV show. I like him. That's it. Because I was done with it when I saw Lawrence Taylor and Otis Anderson.
Oh my man.
Man, I was so it's old. I think it was Otis Anderson. But I know it's Otis. I know it's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh my God, I was so furious. First of all, Lawrence, who gives a shit what you talking about? Because if it don't have nothing to do with football, Lawrence, I don't give a shit about what you're talking about. No disrespect to you. You know what I'm saying? But you getting up in front of these crowds that kind of is anti-American, quote unquote anti-American, right? And you say, I've been voting Democrat my whole life, but me and my family ain't gonna vote Democrat this year or ever again. And I looked, I said to myself, why the fuck do we care, man? With any of them getting up there endorsing them, just like these actors endorsing the Democratic side too. Who gives a man? That's what bothers me. We shouldn't care. Is my point.
Well, he sacked the Supreme Court, though. I mean, there is we have to be concerned.
But that's the whole point, though, man. They've been doing it for years, but he saw the opportunity. He saw the opportunity to really and truly, and Trump got paid for it because Trump had no idea what them folks' ideology was that he put in there. That was somebody else's interest. You feel what I'm saying? Because what he's drunk on the celebrity.
The American presidency, man, has always been a freaking rogues gallery, man. I mean, it's not surprising if he does. If he gets enough steam to run and become a threat, that's the combination of the freaking American dream, man. It really is. Even though he started out with money, it says, hey, look, man, I can do shit with a record. I can be on the bad side of everything, going, and still potentially have a platform, worldwide platform.
This is. I feel that, dog. But this is the crazy thing. And tell me what y'all think about this. How he won the first election against Hillary Clinton, right? Hillary Clinton was so despised, right, that the American public allowed him to steal. First of all, if you know your civics, the Electoral College has to vote to whatever his constituents votes. That's it. That's in the Constitution. They have to vote that way, right? But they didn't. They didn't, because Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. So you tell me, if you win the popular vote, shouldn't you win the electoral vote? Because Obama did twice, right? Now, where there's smoke, there's fire. It looks like he stole his first presidency.
He did.
But here's my rub. This is where it is. Then when he loses, what does this motherfucker do? They robbed me. This election was fixed. Think about it. How do you fucking insult? And the American people went for it. January 6th proves it. They were blaming him for 4 years of doing exactly what they were blaming Biden did. Is that not the most insulting shit as a grown human being? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what I'm saying.
I couldn't understand it. I'm like, man, this is the same argument that Hillary didn't pursue it. You know what I'm saying? She just took the loss, right? It's the same, but when it happened to him, oh my!
I think the election exposed to the American public that Hillary Clinton is just not a likable person.
That's all I believe. That's why they allowed Trump to actually not debate her twice,
but
and just insult her the whole time.
Here's why it's silly to me, man. The whole situation, man, because what's his bag man? What's his name? Cohen, right?
Well, remember then? I'm not that deep in it, but go ahead.
Remember when they indicted him and he did jail time?
Yeah.
They found him guilty, and he did jail time, right?
Shit, everybody else did jail time.
Everybody, the majority of his damn cabinet did. Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
But here is the thing that's crazy as hell to me. That's why I get exacerbated and I say, man, I can't deal with this dumbass shit, man. You know what I'm saying? People not paying attention to the obvious shit. When Cohen got indicted, man, and sentenced to prison, right? He got indicted and sent to prison on the same charges they just convicted Trump of, man. Yeah. And it was Trump's cabinet and Trump's what do you call it? Attorney General, whatever, was the one who put the man in jail. Was the one who put the man in jail. So he got indicted, he went to jail, and then they turned around this last thing when Trump just got accused of was the same charges, man. And Trump said it's a sham and it's politically motivated. Dude, your administration put that man in jail. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your administration put that man in jail, and now you just got indicted and had your court proceedings and all that stuff on the same shit, and you're gonna say it's politically motivated.
Yeah. So it was his attorney general and his FBI director, his general.
Yep.
All that, man.
I mean, which proves that they were fit for the positions, Republican or not, because they didn't bow down to the dude just because he gave him a job. They did the job. So
I mean, it's like a sham, man. It's like a circus court or whatever, man. You know, he got indicted for the same charges Cohen did. Yeah. He ain't gonna do no time. And he's gonna continue to sit around and talk about, man, it was a sham, and they tried to, do this and do that. Dude, you let your boy, your henchman, go to prison, and you got charged on the same shit. What's going to happen to you?
Nothing. Like you said,
and not people need to go out and vote and get his ass, put his ass on the sideline, man. Because the judicial system is not going to do it, even with all the stuff that's laid out. And how the hell can you? That is the most senseless and dumbest thing that I see before me. And I'm like, your boy went to prison for the same charges you got indicted and just got what is it? How many counts? 32 or some shit. I mean, 40. How many felonies?
40. I thought it was 40.
I thought it was like 34 or something like that. Then if he had to go to jail, your ass have to go to jail. Mm-hmm. Because when he went to jail, you was president.
Yeah. But just like I said, see how senseless it is to even talk about it, man.
Right. So what do people like us got to do? We got to continue to fly under the radar, man.
Yeah. Um, the last question of the day, right? Civically, well, I'll wait for Juquarry to come back.
I'm
But
here. Go ahead.
okay, civically, when it comes to our community, what program do you think programs plural or singular would you put in place to ensure a future for our community?
Well, I think, man, what really sets me off about that question is the word program, man. I mean, I don't think any permanent solution can be reached by by or through programs, man. Because I mean,
Oh
they're
no,
just
I'm not talking about government program. I'm talking about like private, like actual. If there's community cooperation, what do you think you can? Do you have an idea what you could put in place to ensure the future? You see what I
uh,
mean? I mean, I can go because I think about this all the time. I think the first one and the strongest one would have to begin in the elementary age kids, right? Where there is a a building in each community in which elementary age kids can go to get reinforced homework and education, to eat 3 meals a day, right? And to allow a safe place as far as growth is concerned. I mean,
that's a,
and you have to, what you have to do is include the parent along with it. Now, you can't save everybody.
that's the home, isn't it?
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Along with the home, because you have to understand something. There's your home, but also what's equal to your growth is what's outside the home too. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm speaking on. Because if we're able, and like I said, it's not an exact science of what I'm thinking about, but if we're able to include the family unit, whether it's a single parent or both parents at the home, where there's a safe place for training, vocational, you know what I'm saying? Auto mechanics, daycare, electrician, carpenter, construction workers, vocational, right? In one branch of the building, right? And then on the other branch, college, getting prepared for the SATs, setting the kids up for available scholarships or internships in which they from a young age they could be working towards saving money for their college education. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's not exclusive, but the point is the majority of it is our community base, right? And have the parents be the infrastructure, meaning for daycare, mothers working in the daycare, taking care of the children and getting paid for it. Then when it comes to the vocational shit, mechanics, having people bring their own vehicles in, but also become, so to speak, a subcontractor for auto mechanics, for electricians, for all these different things, training them to go out on their own business, and they have to, once they receive this education, they have to at least give 2 years, getting paid doing it, but 2 years of giving back. You see what I'm saying? Giving back into the program, and then move on, and where it's always the endless cycle of people giving their 2 years. And when it comes, when they graduate from college, engineers, teachers, mathematicians, so on and so forth, give their extra time in to help these children, to teach them, they get them an upper leg. You feel me?
You talking about this for black people in this country?
I'm saying for our community, but
Right.
not excluding others. But this is a program. I keep saying program because you're right, Juquarry. It's not a program like the government. No, this is a co-op. This is a community action. You see what I mean? For everyone to band together and do these things. You know,
Well, I got my idea, man. So, I think I can speak to some of the things that you're saying, man, but I can tell you what it is that's going to put our community in a position where they can compete, right? In terms of, the most qualified person to get the position or whatever, and that starts from a position where uh, black people are getting in those positions where they can build businesses, entrepreneurship, and all that stuff. But where it starts at, man, is healthcare, man. Healthcare is where it starts in our community. When you look at the infant mortality rate in our community, we are leading here in this country. You know what I'm saying? Black women are not getting the health care or this or equal to other communities because of stereotypical bullshit or whatever. It's not happening, man. You know. And when you look at the women who do choose to have the babies and stuff like that, you know, it starts with the home. Father being there, mother being there, nurturing the child. How do you nurture the child? You nurture the child with breastfeeding, breast milk. Do you know what that child gets from breastfeeding, man? You know what I'm saying? Not just immunity, but things that makes them sharper, what makes them smarter, what makes them, you know what I'm saying, in a position because they're getting all the nutrients that they need to be able to function, to be able to be on par with everybody else.
what do
You
you
know what I'm
mean
saying?
by breast milk, man? I'm
What I
trying to
mean by breast
understand.
milk, Google it, man, and Google it.
Oh, I understand what the nutrition of breast milk, but what you gonna do? You gonna manufacture it so other people can
Not
drink it?
manufacturing it, but
But
encourage women to say, hey, you know
okay,
what? This is more beneficial
I
for
understand.
your child. Not government programs where they giving you Similac and all that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's just a program where they just doing whatever. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But if there is a system in place that inspire black women to breastfeed because it is beneficial, that breast milk is beneficial for the child because it's gonna boost that child's immune system and their brain functions and all that stuff. We don't do that.
Look, I tell you this, and I'm
We don't
sorry.
do that.
Let me
And that
let
is
me
just the beginning of it, man.
let me say this real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. We talking about breast milk, and Kia, honey, I'm sorry to put your business out there, but both my sons were breastfed, right?
Right.
And this is God's honest truth. Keith did not get sick with colds or anything until he was around 5 years old.
Right.
That's a God's honest truth. You know,
Right.
Carson was born a month earlier, and it helped him to grow. You know what I mean? Now, you know, Carson is 6'3". You know what I mean? And you know, 190, 200 right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Hmm.
just an advocate of it. I'm sorry, man. I just want to throw that in there.
Right, and that's an important piece, man, because you just solidified. I mean, that's proof positive right there.
Yeah.
You know, that's proof positive. And I don't think that first of all, uh, equal health care for Black women. You know what I'm saying, focus on infant mortality rates being lessened or brought down. You know what I'm saying, that's something that needs to be taught. Once that happens, those children are in a position where they can compete. Nobody's asking you to give you anything. So damn the damn assistance programs. It's about desert food deserts. It's about breastfeeding and nutrients and all that stuff that give that child the opportunity to be able to compete because they're getting all the things that it needs. You know what I'm saying? You think about it. This is my last point. You think about it, man. Back in coming out of slavery times, when you had all these white people with their, you know, scale stuff. I forgot what the name was. What the scale stuff. You know what I'm saying? Most of those black kids that were being born, were they being breastfed and nurtured on that level? You know what I'm saying? Most of the black women were feeding and breastfeeding white kids. You feel what I'm saying? So because they weren't getting all the nutrients and stuff that they needed to be able to have brain development and all that, of course they're gonna lag back and not be on the same level. Of course that's going to happen, and it is happening up to this day. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it, see, that's what I'm saying to you, man. I think you got
I'm
to think of
simply saying, I'm simply saying, it starts with health care,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's what I'm saying. It
I mean,
starts with health care
it's all
and
inclusive.
encouraging women to breastfeed so the kids can get those natural things that help their child brain uh, 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 brain development and and all the things that's needed. You know what I'm saying? All the things that's needed. It starts with that because at the end of the day, if your child is has the health things that they need, at that point it's just about competing. Then it's about competing and putting them in advanced programs where they're advancing their minds and they're moving into those positions. You know what I'm saying? And then once we are on the level that we are competing, then it's about negotiation. You know what I'm saying? It's about negotiation because then now we got a product that's needed in terms of you know how your country functions and how it competes across the board, how it competes in the world.
Well, I
If
mean,
you're
look,
not if you're not healthy, if you're not getting those nutrients, if you're not reared in that way, then you're not going to compete.
look, I get it. I understand. I think I think that Juquarry, did you go?
I don't have anything to
No,
add.
I was long winded, man. He didn't get a chance.
I don't have
My
anything.
bad, bro.
Go ahead.
No, I think that me personally, you said negotiation. I don't, and if it's done right, you don't need to negotiate with anything because what you're going to do is establish your own independence, your own farmers, your own doctors, your own engineers, and I'm not saying that that trying to do American split American up in two and all this, but communities Every community out here has a bond amongst each other. You know what I mean? I'll give you a perfect example. Uh, lower income white people,
Oh shit.
right? They they don't they are getting crumbs from the same place that we are, right? But if you ask them who they have the most in common with between us, who's down there here with them, this is a blanket statement, who's down here with them trying to get the same crumbs, right? And the elites who don't have to fight over anything, the elite whites, who do you think they're gonna pick? They're gonna side with the people that they look the most like, not the most that they have the most in common. Is that they've had the most like. You see it now. Our community, we don't do that. No, we go for our best interest. What will suit us? You know what I'm saying? And this is all blanket statement. This is not no matter of fact or just speaking in general terms. Why asking this question? Why are we so divided? We are divided from the elite class in our community. We're divided from it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can sing, unless you can rap. No, I'm just kidding. But the point I'm trying to make is this. We are harder on each other in our division than other communities because other communities will side with who looks like them quicker than who's going through the bullshit with them. That's what I think, man.
But here's the thing though, bro. When you look at the black community, man, and the rights that they fight for, don't other people benefit from that shit, man?
They do.
They benefit from it, man. But then they start screaming victim mentality bullshit.
But let me ask you a question.
You know what I'm saying?
If we just and everybody can't get along perfectly, right? But if we just concentrated on our movement, right, would we have to fight for our rights? Because we could create our own situations.
Yeah, we create our own.
We can put people in place who's going to do that. We can lobby. We can have lobby interests in us because other communities do.
I'm simply saying, man, the way that these, especially in the free world, man, the way that these systems are built, man, you have to have something, man, to negotiate, bro. You have to have something that these people want. And that's what it is. That's what it's based on.
Who are these people, though? That's what I'm saying. And why don't we have something to negotiate?
When you look at on an economic scale, man, we negotiate with countries, man, that don't even believe in our values. You know what I'm saying we negotiate with them because we have something that they need. You know what I'm saying? In abundance, we have something. Just like we negotiate with China or Russia, or what we negotiate with everybody because there's something to barter, man. There's something to give and take from it. Everybody, you got someone I want over here. Let me go. Let me talk to you. Let's have talks about this stuff so we can have we can have a system where we trade with each other.
But you see,
that's if you don't have anything to trade, if you live in a desert and you don't have shit to trade, there's no negotiation and your people going to starve, man.
But here's another thing that I look at is we export more than we import. The things that we import really and truly don't, and I'm talking about the United States, don't really serve its people. Like we bring in, chickens from China and different places, but we got chickens here. You understand what I'm saying to you? But those chickens are going out of the country to other countries. But we export more than we import for the people.
Yeah, but there's business being conducted, is my point.
For who though? I'm asking. Who is this been? It's not benefiting the American people.
You know what? When you look at the money that African Americans in this country generate every year, how come we don't have contracts and all this stuff with African countries that got abundance of materials and stuff like that? Why we don't do that?
Because we don't have that one thing, that one.
What I'm sorry to cut you off, Keith. What makes you think that we would even be allowed to do that?
Well, we wouldn't be allowed to do that. What do you mean?
Yeah, what makes you think that we would be allowed to gather our resources and distribute them responsibly with purpose and gain affluence? What makes the Black community think that that America would allow us to do that?
It's possible if it is a country because of company. They only listen. We only, and I'm saying we for a lack of way of putting this, but the American economy only recognizes companies, corporations. That's all they recognize. Think about it. They don't recognize individual people. And see, in the Black community, we don't have a corporation. But if we had a corporation dealing in certain goods, then we could be on that scale. And I'm saying we don't have because I don't know. We probably do, just don't know anything about it. You see what I'm saying? But just on a layman scale, that's what American deals with: corporations and businesses. When it comes to other countries, import, export. It don't benefit the individual people.
If I was to start up a construction company, man, large scale, right? I had black backers to support me, and I created a construction company large scale. You mean to tell me I can't go over to a country over in Africa that has an abundance of minerals and all that stuff, and negotiate with that country to you know what I'm saying? Have a contract there where we're doing this.
But here's the thing: you got to be able to grease palms, because that's what this is what American does. This is what China does. Until China got a foothold, now all of a sudden China has become a fucking colonizer in Africa. They become they recently. What country was it that they sponsored a fucking coup? The two brothers who did a military coup. They was backed by China. The same shit that America did, and the French, and the Belgians, and everything. China is the modern day colonizer because they came in with money. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, if it was a black company, yes, it's feasible for a black corporation to go and do business. But you have to have what? The dollars to buy off the politicians. And don't step on some other United States or European countries' toes. Now they gonna throw the poison into your situation and sabotage it, like on a world. Hey man, don't do business with them because they got zinc in their eyelashes, and they don't. You know what I'm saying? They'll make some shit up.
And when we talking about good faith business, though, man.
But there's no such thing as good faith business, bro. It's not.
Okay.
Now, I'm talking about on that scale you talking about. It's no, because it's so many. Look, you got corporations is already over there. They got their own self-interest, right? Then you got countries who trying to put a foothold into the continent, self-interest. So they're selling money and military. This is what they're giving these folks.
Mostly
right?
military, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's my point though. So you can't do what I'm saying is you can't do the good faith if you ain't got no military backing. If you just got money, you could probably slip in, if you could put a foothold in there, and then
I think money talk bullshit walk. Now you look at the country of Nigeria, man. They just kicked the French out. Now they got the Russians there. You know what I'm saying?
And I bet you the Russians helped them kick the French out.
Russian base is next to the American base in Nigeria right now.
But
my point is
not Nigeria. Nigeria. Is that what you're talking about?
Nigeria.
Yes, we did.
I know that. I wanted to make sure that's what you was talking about.
My point is, why can't we have a coalition here with African Americans and say, hey, you know what? This is what we're producing here. Can we negotiate trade, whatever, with each other, and whatever, and build a coalition with each other?
You could if you had,
and that's all I'm saying.
No, and I never disagree with that. I'm saying, but you would have to have an entity that large, and I'm not sure if it's an entity out there that is that large to do that. You see what I'm saying?
That would require us as African Americans to come together and build something, man, to be able to negotiate with them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what everybody else is doing, though.
Who else has ever done that, man? I mean, no other communities. I mean, you talk about the Jewish community, you talk about the Chinese community. Oh, okay, yeah, they're popular for specific things, specific commodities that they provide for the world or whatever. But was there ever a meeting that these communities had where they came to an agreement and said, okay, well, we're going to be
okay, let's use.
Let me finish. Was there ever a meeting where they sat down and came to an agreement that said, well, okay, well, the Jews, you guys are going to have medicine and law and freaking. I mean, if you can't find an example of that meeting taking place in history, why is it an obligation for us to come together and build this all-encompassing useful entity for the Black community? It's not possible.
No, but see, that's the whole point, man. It's not that they had a meeting. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that we're really just speaking on corporations doing what they're doing, right? But to answer your question, how many Chinatowns is in the United States? How many Jewish sections in which they and this is no paranoia, this is no propaganda, in which they only deal with each other. See, that's the conscious effort in this country. It has nothing to do with no big meeting. It's the simple fact that that's what they did.
Granted, I'll give you that, but if you take Chinatown and the Jewish community, the Russian community, okay, yeah, they generate and populate in specific areas or whatever, but they also have, the freaking Tongs, They got, the Jewish mafia. They got
I
the
get that.
Italian
But
mafia.
they still deal with each other, though, right?
But here's the thing, man.
They still deal with
I'm
each other.
speaking on this simple term. I'm speaking on this simple level right here, man. When you think about the continent of Africa, man, most of the deals that's being done is military. The selling military shit. You know what I'm saying? The United States or France or whoever coming to these countries who's mineral rich to say, hey, you know what? Whoever can make, who can gain control over those resources, we're going to provide you with this and we're going to provide you with that. You know what I'm saying? China keeps it even simpler than that. You know what China says? Hey man, you guys got all this mineral rich shit. Y'all can't get at them though because y'all don't have the equipment to do it. But we have all the large equipment and all that stuff to mine this stuff. And while we're mining this stuff, we're going to provide jobs for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they go to these villages where these kings own these areas where it's mineral rich, and they say, "Hey, man, we're gonna give you money and we're gonna provide jobs for your people. We just want to have gain access to that land to mine that shit, right?" And I'm saying, why can't we, as African Americans, present the same present the same argument. Say, hey man, we're going to be able to support your people, support your village, give you money for this amount of land and so on and so forth. We're going to mine this shit and be involved with us. You know what I'm saying?
A beautiful idea, man, but they don't fuck with us, fool. They don't fuck with us.
But
If they don't fuck with us over here, then why the hell should they fuck with us over there? That's number one. And number two, the same thing in regards to colonialism and somebody with a foot on their neck. The same shit keeps occurring over and over and over and over again. I mean, hell, in 100 years, we could probably get a coalition from ITSE and go over there and take over a goddamn government. You know what I mean? They are not stable enough for us to secure any kind of partnership with them.
They are not stable because they're being made not to be stable. See, this is the thing. Every time that there is a country that's actually becoming beneficial and exporting the things on their own, their leader is assassinated or deposed. So it's not like they can't take care of it. Oh, they're not. No, there's a conscious effort for different countries to get a foothold in it. You talked about China. What you said was the beginning. The Chinese government did that. The Chinese government and businessmen, hand in hand, right, went in and went to these leaders, just like you said, Fluke, and did the same thing. But guess what? They got 2.5 billion people. So what they ended up doing was hired a couple of the folks from that country, but they started moving their own people in. And then what they did was make the factory, whatever factory is, a part of the sovereign government of China.
Right.
So what do you do with that? You can move the military in. And that's what they did. So there's pockets of Chinese military in these different countries with these deals and stuff.
So you think that it's insurmountable as it pertains to black folks, man?
No, it has nothing to do with it.
What is our as African Americans, man? How much money do we generate, man, on a yearly basis?
How much of that money stays in our community, though?
What I'm saying is
we generate a lot more money than any one of those African countries who cannot get to their resources. That's how much money we generate, man.
Exactly.
We don't need them.
How do we know? Okay.
We don't need them, and I don't say that because
that makes sense.
I don't say that because because there's no use. There's definitely use, but I mean, as far as development goes, we're both in our infancy stages. We can't help each other.
You have to do it here first, and it
Yeah.
has
Okay,
to be
so
a
what do we
conscious effort.
produce here?
We could produce anything, bro. See, that's what I'm saying to you. It's not, man. Oh shit. Let me put it like this:
It doesn't have to.
there's black farmers. You understand? They're
Okay,
black. They are black inventors. They
okay.
are black. They are black. See, that's what I'm saying. We're speaking like we cannot do these things. We can, and they're
Black
out there.
black international lawyers
They're,
and
they're,
all that
out,
stuff.
they're out there.
We
Yes.
got a lot of those things in place, man. My thing, the only thing that's stopping us from being on that global scale, man, is because we are not united, man.
The only thing that's stopping us from being on that, we don't have the military might behind these different things because you know there are black corporations from America that's in Africa right now that's doing whatever they're doing.
Or they are.
I have to I have to assume that. Come
Give me
on, bro.
five.
Bro, come on, man. Come on.
That's not a fair question, man. That's not a fair question at all.
Come on, man. Because first of all, do not assume that it's not black businesses there. You cannot do that. That's wrong. That's wrong to do that.
But that's not the point I'm making, though, bro.
I know that, but that's what you just said, though, bro. That's all.
Well, 'cause I was responding to what you were saying, but my point is, if in a perfect world we come up with a system where where we as our own entity is negotiating with the continent of Africa, you mean to tell me that there is no way that we can do that because we don't have a military?
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
I'm listening to what you're saying, bro.
I said both. Yes, you need a military for it to be on a global scale, but there has to be black corporations and businesses going on right now. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I'm not going to assume, me personally, I'm not going to assume that we don't have anything. Now, last week I mentioned this. I saw something and it's on the internet, so you know it was 50-50 whether it's true or not when they talking about how long the dollar stays in communities. And they said the Chinese community, the dollar stays 17 days in the community before it cycles out. And then the Jewish community, I think it was 14 days.
Right.
It's either 14 days or 14 weeks or 17 days or 17 weeks.
I remember the conversation, but
then when they said the black folks, like I said, it's the internet, but they said black folks, it stays for an hour. No, a day. A day.
Okay.
I have to find it. It stays a day before it cycles out of the community, of our community.
But do you remember, man, my response when you made that statement? You remember what my response was? Remember what it was, bro? When you look at the Chinese community, man, they eat certain things. They have a culture. They eat certain things. So they so they buy within their community.
Okay.
The things that they produce, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying,
but the longer
you can go to each and every ethnic group and see that outside of us, you look at everybody else. They eating the thing. They eating the food that they produce. They wearing the clothes that they produce, or whatever that comes from their ethnic group. That's what's happening.
Hold on.
We don't have that.
No. Hold on. First of all, and I did say to you that we do have a cuisine, soul food that stays into our community too. So that where it just strictly the cuisine that cycles in and out. No, it's more than that. They do business amongst each other longer than we do business. That's the whole argument. no, I mean the whole statement, doing business amongst each other, because the short time that it stays in our community, meaning that we're not doing business with each other. They are doing business. You talking about the diet. It makes no difference whether or not it's the diet or not. The dollar's staying in the community.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
If you were to do a survey, man,
the longer it stays in the community, the more beneficial it is to the community. That's all. That was my whole point. I mean, I understood what you were saying, and I agree with it to a point. It ain't just the food or the diet.
you just keep saying the food or the diet.
That's what you said.
Well, I said there are things that are produced in those communities.
And
that,
the example you gave was food.
Let me finish my point, bro. I said there are things in those communities that is strictly about them, what they do, their culture, and how they live. So they're interacting with each other because they have the businesses that produce those things, man.
Like, okay, you mentioned today and last week, you mentioned food. What else is it? What else is it?
Medical shit.
Medical, lawyers, all these
medical shit.
all these different things.
Clothing, shoes,
They're doing
whatever.
business. They're doing business with each other, and we're not. So we are saying the same thing.
How are we saying the same thing, man?
Because they're doing business with each other, brother. And I said to you,
They're doing business with things that pertains to their culture, man.
So let me ask you a question. Are we going in buying the same things that pertain to their culture? Are we going into their community buying these things, the clothes and the different things? We're doing that.
What we're buying is what's being manufactured by these big corporations and shit.
But, bro,
you know what I'm saying? Do we produce cars? No. Do we produce
So
my point is, man. My point is, it's easy to say the dollar stay here, the dollar stay there.
Yes.
The dollar stay in their community because they are buying products and stuff from their culture.
The same products that we go in and buy from their culture.
Okay, we buy from them.
I just said to you, yes, I said to you that the dollar stays there. It don't stay with us.
Right, but our culture is buying African American hair products from other cultures.
Okay.
Have you ever considered like the size of the community? I mean, in regards to like patches of your Chinatown here, your little Italy there. It's easier for money to stay in those communities because they're smaller, as opposed to us. We're spread all out.
Yeah,
how can we pull it?
Where do we go though? When I say that, I'm not talking about the proximity. I'm talking about just the overall community, spending dollars in the community. We go to
our community. Our community.
All I'm saying is simply this: we buy products that we don't produce, man. Whereas
that's everybody, man. Okay. That's everybody does that.
Fellas, I'm sort of done with this, man. For real, I'm this topic, man. I don't have anything to add to it, man. I really don't, and we're just going in circles right now. So,
all right. Well, on that cue, then we're gonna get the last words for the night, and we're gonna call this episode done. Really and truly, we weren't going in circles.
We were.
No.
We were. Yeah, we were. I sat here for the last 45 minutes
and listened to y'all say.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
This particular
It was.
this topic.
It was. Just be wrong, Keith.
No, it has nothing to do with
Just be wrong, bro.
No. I tell you
just
what.
Be wrong, man.
This is what
just
you
be
said.
wrong, Keith.
You telling me we talked about what?
I'm telling
What
you,
did
man.
we talk about?
It's time to move on.
Minutes?
It's time to move on, man. It just be wrong, bro. Can you respect
that?
Hey,
just say your last words then, so we can shut this down.
I said it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Damon, it's on you.
I'm not gonna be held hostage, brother. You're not gonna do that, man.
No,
don't do
first
that.
of all,
don't do that, man.
Bro,
don't do that, man.
Don't you say you being held hostage?
When I say it's time to move on, I've been sitting here, man, and having to add to the conversation, man. It's time to move on, and now I'm getting this. Disrespect the fact that I want to move on, bro.
That's why I said we moving on, but I can't say anything about it.
Here's the thing.
You've been talking though.
But here's the thing, man. Because
go ahead and finish this up, Damon. Then we go.
Here's the thing, because you asked the question, man. Everything I was saying is just basically my. No,
bro. Come on, man. No, we ended things, man. Ain't we?
No, he asked me a question, man.
Last words, man. Last words for the day, bro. What's your last words?
I'm simply saying, man, everything that I'm saying is basically my opinion, man. That's what we do. We speak our opinion, man. We can agree to disagree, and this is that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple. You know, I truly believe what I said, man, is truth. I could be wrong, but you know what I'm saying? I can do more research in that regard, man.
I did make a judgment on whether anybody was wrong, man. I just said, you know, I was done. That's all I said.
No, I wasn't questioning anything you said, bro. You know what I'm saying? He asked me a question, I'm just answering it. You know what I'm saying? It's based on the conversation we just had. It was just opinions gave, man. And you know, a lot of it was disagreed upon, man. And that's natural and it's healthy, man. It's just a conversation.
Okay. Keith?
So you done? You have any last words today?
Me?
I'm gonna give the hostage the opportunity to get what he has to say out.
Hey man, look. I give a whole bunch of grace, bro. I give a whole. Don't cut me off.
What is your point?
Don't cut me off.
Bro,
I give a whole, man. I give a whole bunch of grace.
Hey, man. You are not gonna have a tantrum on here, man.
I'm not having a tantrum.
You are.
And
here's the thing. Hey, can I say something, man?
I need to raise my voice because I have something to say and I'd like to say it. So please don't interrupt me, man.
You asked me, man. Let me make his point.
Please. Okay. Now look, man. I give a bunch of grace, man. You know, and I like to be heard also. I like for my points to be finished, just like y'all like for y'all points to be finished, man. And I give y'all that opportunity, man. If I'm sitting here and I'm not engaged, then I'm not engaged, and I can't help that. Now, if you want to take that personally, that's on you. So when one of us says something that you feel is out of step, then you say something. Now, are you telling me that I don't have the opportunity to do that?
All right, now, is it okay for me to speak?
You've been speaking, Keith.
First of all, we have a chat for you to say that you're ready to go. You don't just put us on blast because you feel like doing it. That's you don't
tell me what I don't do, man. Right. You don't do that. Do that.
First of all, you don't either. You don't either, sir.
Man, look.
See, that's the whole point.
No, it's not, man. No, it's not, man. No, it's not, man. No, this is our show, right?
So what that got to do with it? That's what I'm saying.
I have the right in the room to say whatever I want to say, right? Do I not allow y'all to do that? Hey man, get your ass off your shoulders, man. I'm just fucking with y'all, man. Y'all. Yeah. Don't do that.
Nope.
Don't do that.
Nope.
Stop being
Nope.
fucking sensitive, Keith.
Nope.
You're being
Nope.
fucking sensitive. Yes, you
First
are.
and
Man.
fucking foremost,
You're being sensitive.
I had to deal with you fucking prima donnas
Fuck
every
off.
Friday.
Fuck off with that, man.
You
Fuck off with
two
that.
prima
Oh
donna
my God.
ass. You two
I'll say
prima
it
donna
again. I'll
ass
say it
dudes.
again.
Two prima donna.
I've
Hey,
shown grace.
Listen.
I've shown
Hey,
grace.
Keith,
It's a
Keith,
joke, man.
Keith,
It's a joke.
my cognac is
It's
warm
a joke.
now. It's warm now.
It's a joke.
What you better do is you better watch how you fucking talk to me.
It's a joke, motherfucker.
You better watch how you talk to me. I'm gonna jump through this goddamn screen.
Why? Ain't this what we want? Ain't this what we want?
No.
Why not?
Man, hey, look here, man.
No, we bicker all the time. So
I'm about to say this is par for the course. Listen, man,
this is nothing new.
No, I'm just.
I mean, but look, honestly,
No.
you was right. You was right.
No.
We was going in circles. No, we weren't.
No. Wait, let me.
And I was trying to say that.
When I said something,
Yeah, you was right.
No. I started out fucking around, but then it just got out of hand, man. I'm sorry about that.
No, but like I said, you was right about it because, in my opinion, not to go into it, me and Fluke was agreeing, but I'm on one chapter and you on another. This is what it is. Shit, that's what it was.
Man, we got a chat, motherfucker. You do not stop the motherfucking show because you tired, because your feet hurt.
I ain't gonna even throw in the fact that me and him we wasn't agreeing with each other, but
because you know why? You want to know why we wasn't agreeing? Because you wasn't paying attention to a motherfucking word I was saying. You know what you was doing.
I ain't had no other choice.
You know what you was doing. You know what you were saying.
What was I doing?
Look at me. Hey, look, me.
See, you do that shit, man, and then when the motherfucker do it to you, man, you can't handle that shit.
Look,
you can't handle it.
First of all,
you can't handle that shit.
I was trying to be an orator, and then you get loud with me. I'm like, hold on.
Because you ain't let me even get a thought out, bro.
Okay, thought. All right, thought.
That's all I want to do. And I've been sitting here, man, gracious enough to let y'all carry on y'all conversation, man. That's all I was doing.
And what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carry on with the carry on. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what the fuck I'm gonna do. But it's time to let y'all get to y'all weekend. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been a pleasure. Always been a pleasure. And you know what? Let me put that up there for you. I'm going to leave that up on the screen. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, my God.
Just shook it up, boy.
You know
now, all the naysayers or whatever, what you think they gonna say about that shit?
Oh, I'm gonna get phone calls.
They was arguing this shit and all that.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Seriously, man.
I don't give a fuck, but for real.
Yeah. I really started out bullshitting or whatever, man. But I'm like, maybe motherfuckers need to see that shit. I mean, we not.
We don't always get along.
No.
At all.
No, and that's real. That's real.
I'm gonna tell you, it's the bounce back. It's the bounce back.
Man,
always the bounce back, man.
We good, man.
I mean, no, I know that.
Yeah, everybody don't agree all the damn time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, first of all, even when my nostrils was flaring, I knew it was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
How many comments is this from my wife so far?
Just one.
No, I mean throughout.
About 4. 3 or 4.
Yeah, about 3 or 4.
You know, yeah, she usually don't comment. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Well, you know why? You want to know why? You're a star now. So she, she got to.
My God, you just be like,
Hey,
you find them opportunities where you can twist the fork.
okay. The only reason I was listening because I wanted to hear my man talk.
My man.
She don't give a fuck about it. She don't let me.
Y'all wouldn't let my man say shit.
She don't let me finish neither.
He made a good point. Juquarry, tell him to let you finish, Juquarry.
What you call? What you call?
Juquarry.
She don't call him no Juquarry, dude.
No.
But you got to deal with that. You're mocking me, Juquarry. Keith, you're mocking me. Is that what you're doing?
Hey, I only said it because I only said it because I wanted to hear Juquarry say it because he sounds just like Nikki. That is hilarious.
You don't know everything, Juquarry. You don't know everything. Sometimes you need to sit back and listen. That's your problem. You sit around and talk because you think you know everything because you read a fucking book 10 years ago.
Hey, look here. I had friends say,
See, be right.
I had friends ask me a question and shit, and I answered the question to the best of my knowledge and my ability, and they say, you don't know every goddamn thing.
You don't know every damn thing.
You're right. You're absolutely right, honey. I don't.
You are so right.
I damn sure don't.
And here she comes. God damn it.
Hey, look. I told you a star now, so she need to be seen.
I guess we were arguing, going back and forth. I woke her up. So, yeah. Hey, look. I said it earlier, man. It's a price you got to pay for shit.
Yeah.
Woke me about my fucking sleep.
Now look at you. Nah, yeah.
Did you hear?
So, hey, Nikki.
Oh
so
my God.
We got when we make money. Now that you said that, we got to pay you a little bit of money because your voice is on here.
Y'all don't play with my rest.
She said we can't play with the rest.
Yeah.
Tell her I said she ain't think about them here in there clanging pots and all that.
I know. Hey, Nikki, go finish washing them dishes.
Listen, I got to wake up and jump up and jump
Oh my God!
I asked her to bake me a cake and shit earlier today. So she come downstairs.
She was being nice.
They ain't in our damn business.
That's good. Then she was supposed to be washing dishes.
So needless to say, I didn't sacrifice the goddamn cake.
No doubt.
You're gonna get the cake, but ain't gonna be no icing on it though.
Yeah,
I needed to make some goddamn tater pies,
man.
Well, anyway, man, love y'all, man. And
yeah, hey,
too, bro. Love y'all too, man.
Love y'all, man. Make sure you go to the channel, like, share, and subscribe for us, please. You know what? Every maybe 15 shows we have one of these episodes where there's a squabble somewhere in there. You know what I mean? A little back and forth.
How does it? Do you pay attention to the views? How do the numbers go?
I don't know. I'm gonna go back.
You know, it's people. I mean, as far as the podcast thing, it's people who track that shit. It's people who track every fucking thing, bro. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. I ain't no TikTok. I ain't no TikTok guy, man. But whatever the hell you doing, Keith, man, it's a whole lot of shit that's popping up on my damn phone. Man.
I told you, y'all both stars, man. On my page, y'all get a lot of views, man. Y'all do.
I don't know what it is, man.
Some of the things that y'all saying, man, that's real.
I like the TikTok and the Instagram and shit, man. Yeah, to get it now.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, when you was younger, TikTok, they be doing them little routines and shit. That's something that you would do. I'm talking about when you was in your late 20s.
When I still have some moisture in my joints and shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know nothing about it, man. The TikTok, I don't have Instagram, but the TikTok shit, nigga, that just came with my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it, but I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it, but I don't fuck with it.
I think like the majority of my people, I mean, it is the crazy shit, right? When I started posting the little shorts of you guys and myself, right, and our different guests, I started getting two kind of people, man. I mean, a lot, like on a daily. Two kind of people: Bitcoin bankers, Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Them bankers and shit, and the little porn ladies and stuff. You know what I mean?
On
Yeah,
TikTok?
on TikTok. I get those requests all the time. I'm like, man, I don't follow them back. They follow me. I don't follow them back. I'm like, I'll look at their page and I'm like, man, what the fuck do I want this for? You know what I'm saying? You know, look, I messed around and hit the Bitcoin, one of the Bitcoin joints, right? And then they sent me a message. Are you interested in making $5,000 in 2 hours, Keith? And I sent back, hell yeah. How? Right? Well, listen, if you send me 2,500, I guarantee. I said, block. I'm like, come on, man. So I don't really mess with them no more, man. I really don't. You know.
Do you think
Well,
there's potential in those two audiences, man? Maybe if we started to gear our conversation.
hey, let's have this conversation offline, man.
Yes and no. And we'll talk about it. But listen, this is Strong Perspective Podcast. And you know, I'm full disclosure when it's something that really don't matter. When I talked about the different people. But this Strong Perspective Podcast, go to our YouTube channel, man, like, share, and subscribe, because our channel is slowly but surely getting traction. Go to the shorts. When you look at the shorts, please go look at least half or a quarter of the episode, because you're gonna get some great conversation. You know what I'm saying? Great conversation, and that's what we do. We promote conversation here. That's what we do, and we argue too. But last words, guys, and we out of here. Anything?
I appreciate your time, fellas. You know, it was mostly a good show, and I'm about to go get chewed out now.
Damn it.
Stay resilient and stay blessed, man.
All right. Baba Lucy Mangani. Peace.